Why don't you hand that off to number 12? Jason, congratulations. Let's bring in Tom Brady, Super Bowl champion for the 7th time. And Tom, you're also Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, fuck me.
It's going to be that kind of day,
Yes.
isn't it?
Tom Brady wins number 7. Beats
More
the
than
shit out of the Chiefs.
More than any other team in NFL history.
Yes.
One man, 7 rings.
It is currently at this time 7:49 where I am. It is 8:49 where Butch is, and it is a Tuesday night, and I am already drunk because I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting to talk about this game for a while.
All year led up to this, and if this isn't the perfect definition of 2020, a ultimate letdown of a very promising Super Bowl.
It wasn't just letdown. It was a true kick in the dick. Like you're thinking, oh, we'll get a good Super Bowl between the old goat and the baby goat. No, we just get kicked in the dick because before we begin, let me just say one thing. Yes, I am salty because we couldn't even get a fair Super Bowl. We had ref ball pop up again.
This game was practically over by halftime, which makes this even more infuriating.
This game was not only just over by halftime, it was at the point where the Chiefs knew that we're not going to get shit. So at least let's score something. And in the second half, all right, let's break this down quarter by quarter. Okay, first quarter.
Let's go to the opening parts. The coin toss. I lost to you, my friend.
Yes, that's one of the 3 good things that came with Super Bowl.
And who got the ball first? None other than the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers and Chiefs did do shit with their first drives. Well, other than maybe like a kind of weak first down.
But hey, that usually is a good indication that this is going to be a defensively minded game. That maybe it'll just be between those two. It'll come down to those core possessions, and then what happened in the next few drives.
Kansas City got on the board first thanks to a Harrison Butler 49-yard field goal, and for the 62nd game in a row, the Kansas City Chiefs led at one point in the game. Kind of impressive if you have 62 games in a row.
It just goes to show that despite the fact that Andy Reid has a very, very controversial history in terms of being in positions like this, it shows he at least knows how to do his job. And he can get players to do their jobs.
But on the very next drive, that lead only lasted about 4 minutes and 33 seconds as Tom Brady found Rob Gronkowski for the all-time duo touchdown record.
But before we get to it, let's also cover how that drive came to be. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that drive.
I mean, you had Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette was actually one of the more surprising parts of this game. I did not anticipate him to have an immediate impact right away because he was running for some good yardage, but a couple of interesting flag calls came up. First,
interesting is an understatement.
The first one, obviously, was just defensive holding, which extended the drive. Had that play not gone, Tampa Bay would have been punting. Instead, that play got extended. You had another deep pass to the cancer that is Antonio Brown. And then Tampa Bay just kept chipping away, and it all led up to a Rob Gronkowski touchdown. My mother and Joseph. At that point, I just knew, oh dear Lord, it's going to be one of those games.
Yes. And then the Chiefs next drive could not do anything.
Here's where I thought everything was going to turn. They drove all the way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers drove all the way to the 1. You had first and goal at the 6. 2 plays, you got it down to the 2. You couldn't get it in on 2 straight running plays. I literally thought, oh my God, this is going to be the turning point of the game, and Kansas City is going to finally find its momentum. You found a way to not let Tom Brady score on the 1. And instead, it turned into nothing. Another random punt. Did you agree with the plays they called at the 2? The third and goal at the 2, and then the fourth and goal at the 1. I thought they were both wise plays, although the fourth and goal, I would have advised a sweep.
That's what I said at one point, that they should have ran a sweep. That's usually like a go-to is a sweep, but
why didn't they have Lattimore run it? Why the hell?
It's not a bad idea.
Fournette, excuse me. Why the hell did they have Fournette run it up to the side on the right or on the left? Like on a 4th and 1, you could have done a QB sneak. Would have seen a bit of better payoff. At least have Tom try to jump over the line and get the ball over the plane. It looked close at first. It was
close. And
then it came back, and it's like, okay, yeah, they definitely did get it. But
I mean, given the circumstances, it's not a bad play.
Would you have been pissed had they called it a touchdown?
No, because when I looked at the replay,
on top of the laundry list of shit the refs called.
If they called that a touchdown, that would have been blatant favoritism for Brady's team. But it didn't cost.
One call they got right.
Yeah, they got one call right, and I thought, okay, maybe it was just a one-off thing, maybe a bad call, but the bad calls kept going. But outside of that one call to go line, that was a good call.
Then came Tampa's next drive, a pass that was intercepted by the Honey Badger. That was called on defensive holding. What ultimately ended up maybe being the turning point of the game. Because then what happened after that? Tom Brady drove. He ended up at the Kansas City 22 for a field goal. But wait a minute. Hold on. There is a penalty on the play. Defensive offside.
No, that play. Let me talk about that one for a minute. And I'm going to yell and talk over. Let me talk about that one. Was it offsides? Yes. Was it obvious offsides? No. And usually, it's like one of those things where it's like, it's a ticky-tack call. It was, because I guarantee you, look at the game. Look at the whole game. I guarantee you at multiple points, both players were, if you want to call like even 1 centimeter past the line of scrimmage offsides, then both players have done it both teams have done it the whole game. Now you want to call that because, it'll give them first down, give them another crack at it. Whoever threw that flag, fuck you.
And then the play after that, instead of giving up just 3 points, you got another Gronkowski touchdown.
At this point, I just started drinking. I just started drinking hard stuff. I was drinking beers to begin because I want to be relaxed. When I saw that second touchdown, I thought I need to drink the hardest stuff you have because by the end of this night, I want to not give a fuck anymore about the rest of this game.
At this point, you figure Kansas City has to put up points on the board because down 14-3 and not even at halftime, it's not looking too good. Kansas City, however, did find some momentum and they were able to convert on a field goal on the very next drive, but then Tom Brady and his magic, oh my dear Lord. I did not see the Antonio Brown touchdown pass live. All I know is a certain YouTuber was not too happy about the cancer getting a score with 6 seconds left.
Yeah,
in the first half.
I was upset at that too because I thought, oh great, now Brady's gonna share the love with the rest of his team, like Antonio Brown, the same guy that should have never been back in the. I would say. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, he should never been back. You are right to say.
Let me rephrase
You'll
that.
get to him.
He should have never been back on a team like that. He should have stayed on teams like the old Browns, the Raiders. Hell, He should have gone to the Jets and helped to go 0-16. But no. Apparently the sports gods love shitting down my neck and gave him to Tom Brady.
Let's save this for the end because I have my own diatribe I want to share later with you about certain players that won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, we talked about that at one point. But
it's the end of the half. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were up 21-6. What looked like what was going to be an offensive shootout looked like a one-sided contest. But hold on, folks. We got breaking news. The Weeknd is performing at the Super Bowl, so all is apparently saved.
Yeah, the Weeknd told the Grammys to go fuck themselves and chose Super Bowl, and it was a decent show. I heard there were some technical problems, but I didn't notice it. Maybe because I was too drunk at that point. But I enjoy me and my friends. We had a bet on what was going to be the first song and what was going to be the last song. We were all wrong.
What ended up being the first song? At that point, I was working on my monitor setup.
Starboy was the first song.
Oh yeah.
And
I think we said he'd lead up with Starboy.
And I said
I thought you and me talked about the pregame show.
I said it was going to end with I would say it was going to end with Starboy. I thought
because that's one of his more original songs he's remembered for. Because Blinding Lights is like the one that defines him, but Starboy was the original masterpiece.
Actually, I thought I Earned It was like the thing that got him.
I will personally say this right now. I'm glad it was a one-man show with dancers. I hate when they pile multiple artists on because then it just seems like the show gets unraveled.
Yeah. Let's just say after the disaster that was the Coldplay show and the Maroon 5 show, it should only be 1 or 2 people max. Don't have like 20 people show up.
Absolutely. Or if you're going to have a band, have like a soul singer on the side. Don't have 3 or 4 because it just ruins with the chemistry.
Do a Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars 2014. He was most of the show for like the first 2/3. Then you had the Red Hot Chili Peppers come in, and it was perfect.
Overall, though, I'm just happy with the fact that he had a very good.
We now have a new meme. That whole segment with the Weeknd doing "I Can't Feel My Face" in the room of mirrors and yellow lights with all the rest of the
That was nuts.
That was fucking awesome.
That was
so good.
The choreography that goes into playing those shows,
But in my opinion, I thought when I saw all the lights and him walking around with all the lights, I thought this is gonna be what Blinding Lights is. I legitimately thought
perfect metaphor. For the song.
But yeah, I was another thing that I'm slightly disappointed about. But given the fact that this is the NFL, I understand with certain protocols, I don't know how much it would have cost. But towards the end of the show, he's on the field with a bunch of other guys with the mask guys. They're all stomping. They all got lights on their hands, and they're doing things with blind lights. I thought, you know what would have been better if you had bigger lights? I thought, like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but in 2011, when the Black Eyed Peas did it, I think he had this light-up suit. It was stupid. It was gaudy, but I thought, that's fucking hilarious. Someone should use that suit. And I thought, this is what would have completed. Is if he had, like, a multi-part suit where the jacket lit up in red and the rest lit up in white. And I thought, how are you going to put that on 50, 60 people? The budget would shoot through the roof for that. I also noticed a lot more fireworks than there was a lot more fireworks for this show than I think in any other show.
They throw a lot at the Super Bowl halftime show, and I just think
he threw $7 million of his own money into it.
Jesus Christ!
But all in all, I thought it was a pretty good show.
It was a nice distraction from this game, and if I knew this was going to be the most exciting part for the rest of the game, I would have turned my TV off after the halftime show. But unfortunately, we had another half of football to go.
Yes, and we were hoping at this point that Patrick Mahomes got his shit together And
at halftime, because halftime you have those invigorating speeches, you have those memorable one-liners, and out of the gate they did put up points, but a 52-yard Harrison Butler field goal ain't really gonna keep you in the game. It's just kind of like yeah, you did good, but you kind of missed the memo a little bit. Turns out those were the last points of the game scored by Kansas City.
yes. Now, we've been bitching a lot about the refs, but we also got to throw some shade on Kansas City, too. How many freaking catchable balls did they drop?
Jesus
I counted
Christ.
at least 3.
How about their offensive line? They could do shit to protect Patty Mahomes. How many amazing throws he got off that honestly should have been caught, but I just don't know if they had butterfingers in their hands or whatnot. But KC receivers are just not reliable at all in this
And
game.
the one time you need to be the most reliable, and you couldn't.
But Brady came back and he scored yet another touchdown, this time on a Leonard Fournette 27-yard run. One of the longest runs we've had to score in the Super Bowl, and I think in about 10 years. Kind of nuts. And we had an opportunity like this to see Leonard Fournette go off for a 27-yard touchdown. If you're a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, you are salty as fuck. 3 years ago, he was on that dream team, Saxville team, and now he's winning the Super Bowl on the opposite coast of Florida.
He's winning a Super Bowl against... Excuse me. I apologize for that burp. He's winning a Super Bowl with the quarterback you hate to death.
He'd be the one that destroyed your hopes and dreams.
The one that basically made you realize, oh, wait, we're the fucking Jaguars.
Yeah,
supposed to win shit.
Yeah, you're about 10 minutes short from that Super Bowl, but oh my God. By this point, you knew the game was over. And you just wonder what KC could muster. And then came the interceptions. The first one of the night, it was a deep pass. And you just got to feel for Mahomes. At that point, you knew he was in desperation mode. And
here's the one thing I never, maybe because I haven't watched enough games with Patrick Mahomes, but I've never seen him in desperation mode where he is still trying to make excellent throws, but his team is just letting him down. So basically, I never seen Patrick Mahomes look so hopeless before because he's doing everything he can, and yet his team is not pulling through.
What ended up being the worst loss of his career, his words, not mine.
No, that is very, very accurate.
At this point, you just knew the wheels were starting to come off the frame, and the dagger was on the very next drive. Tampa Bay was able to put up a scoop 52-yard field goal. And by that play, with 2:46 left in the third quarter, the game was all but over.
Yeah, we were just counting down the seconds to when Tampa Bay, which completed the whole state of Florida completed an insane achievement. For the first time in a sports cycle, all 4 teams made the championship round of their respective seasons.
3 of them from Tampa Bay alone.
Yes!
2 of them being winners.
2 of them being winners, one falling short, and the other, well, let's put it this way.
Redemption.
Well, okay, wait, what do you consider redemption?
The collapse against Columbus, the President's Trophy winner and getting swept. You don't recover a team like that should never recover. It's almost like the UVA upset. And next year they won March Madness. It was kind of like that.
Wait.
You just wonder. Yes?
Sorry, my brain's... Who was the MLS Cup again?
Columbus Crew.
And...
Oh, you're trying to come up with Wait, are we including them?
I'm including the Big 4. Miami Heat, Tampa Bay Lightning, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Rays.
Yeah.
Why were you talking about Columbus Crew?
I was talking about the Blue Jackets. Did I say the Columbus Crew?
Yeah, that's what threw me off. Like,
my apologies.
You threw me off. Oh my god. You threw me off so bad when you said Columbus Crew. I'm like, they were not in that game.
My apologies about that. I'm at the Columbus Blue Jackets, but I'm just talking about a team that came back from the brink of destruction, that came back from ultimate destruction and everything.
So that's your redemption.
And the Stanley Cup, yes.
All right, that's
exactly what I talk about.
Because I was about to say, if we were to talk solely on the sports god's favorite children, Tampa Bay's been on the receiving end, losing to LeBron James, and then on the giving end with Tom Brady winning.
Yeah. What a man! If you're in the state of Florida right now, I mean, my God, that's got to be insane.
If you're in the state of Florida, you know what this means now, right? There's going to be a lot of players when the free agency rolls around for all these sports who realize, maybe I should go to Florida to win a championship.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, Florida's already lucrative to an athlete because you don't report income tax.
The Heat is good. The Heat are already pretty good. Well, relative this year, but Heat are usually
Tampa's good outside their head coach, and then as you saw with the Buccaneers,
if Tom Brady's not going anywhere. Well, here's the thing. If you're on offense and you're trying to get a role with Tampa Bay, good fucking luck. If those guys come back from another year, you're not going anywhere on that team. You could just say, "Oh, I was signed to Tampa Bay and now I'm getting a ring, even though I didn't do shit."
They pretty much proved everyone. They pretty much proved all the doubters wrong. And this is what I want to get to in a minute. But if we're just gonna sum up the rest of the game, I mean, he just coasted. At that point, the entire fourth quarter was a snooze fest.
At that point, he did exactly what he's been doing. You notice, watch his play. Watch during the game. He did not throw a single pass that I think was over 15 yards.
He played very
outside that TD. Outside that TD. I don't think he threw a pass longer than 50 yards. Let me check.
I don't think so. He only had 201 yards passing. And Mahomes had more, which is the most surprising part.
I do like to say, I did call they were both going to be under.
Tom Brady had -2 yards, so we're safe on that. Mahomes, I think we said 47. He was under at 33. But we have to talk about the overall. Mahomes had 2 interceptions. Brady had 3. What was more surprising, Brady's performance or Patty's?
Actually, none of them are surprising. Like, from just the quarterbacks alone, none of that's really surprising. It's just more. It's more who they got. Like, at least Brady's, their guys, they can catch, they can run. Patrick Mahomes' guys couldn't do shit against, and this is without the penalties, mind you.
The penalties equate for maybe 10 to 50% of the loss because 2 of them extended the drives when they shouldn't have.
So it just proved that, one, ref ball is apparently NFL's favorite game. That's why NFL refs are the most garbage, are considered the most garbage human beings. They're all probably nice people. It's just, you make.
Here's my question though: Are you going to act like the LA Rams of 2018 and fully blame them for the loss, or are they a contributing factor to the loss?
I don't even remember much of that game.
Please, that was the missed pass interference call, the collision. Had they got that, you don't remember that play?
You said
against the Saints.
You said Rams. I immediately went to Super Bowl.
I know. I said the Rams, but I meant to say Rams and Saints. I had a brain fart for a second.
Yes, this is.
But I want to know, like, I understand some fans wanting to blame the refs entirely.
No, it's not fully the refs. No, the refs share some part of the blame, but they're not fully to blame.
My blame is on Kansas City's defense And specifically on that offensive line, they did not give Mahomes any time to complete anything, especially late in the game. He was running like a chicken with his head cut off. He's lucky he didn't get sacked
He got
more than
sacked.
he did.
Yeah, he got sacked a few times.
I think they only got overall. They only got 3. They should have gotten more. They had 10 QB hits when Kansas City only had 2. I mean, it blew my mind. It just blew my mind how bad Kansas City was on both sides
watch
of the
watch a
ball.
lot of Tom Brady's passes. Notice how not only does he have time in that pocket, he runs a lot of screen passes where he'll snap the ball, he'll wait a second, he'll go out to the corner, and that corner will just go off for a few yards, or he'll go.
I think it was Gronk's. It was Gronk's first touchdown that surprised me the most. He was like 5 yards away, and Brady threw a fucking bullet that no one else other than Gronk would have caught. Anyone else in that position, the ball would have flew through the hands. But Gronk's been Brady's favorite go-to guy all time, and only Gronk could make a play like that. Only Gronk could be right there, a perfectly put 5-yard pass, and just a clear shot to the end zone. I mean, Brady looked comfortable. He was at home, and pretty much everything in the game went his way. Pretty much everything went his way outside the first couple drives. My thing is, he has a 7th ring, and everyone in the U.S. outside Florida is salty right now, especially New England, now that Brady was able to prove his doubters wrong. They didn't need Belichick, that Brady could win on his own.
I'm salty for
It's salty for me to even say.
It's salty
I'm
for
salty
me for
that
a few reasons,
Super Bowl
but go
potato.
ahead. Go ahead. You can start.
I'm just salty because a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay, a quote-unquote super team, was constructed after Jameis Winston was properly booted out of Tampa. A year later, Tampa is champions. The core pieces included Rob Gronkowski, a guy who would rather have retired than went to the Lions, and Ndamukong Suh, our second overall pick from 2011. Boy, howdy did this one hurt. As much as I hate to say it, Suh definitely deserved that Super Bowl ring. He's been in the league for 10 years.
I'm not going to take it away from him. He needed to get one.
He got screwed over with the Rams the last time they were in against Brady, but then this time he was just happened to be on the right side of the ball as Brady, and he got that win. The person I'm more salty for, and this is where I saved my 2 cents, is not Brady, but the literal cancer that is Antonio Brown. Pre-2017, this man was one of the most respected players in the NFL because of his upbringing from quote-unquote rags to riches and him getting passed over by top-tier universities and going to Central Michigan. And up until 2017, he had the workhorse mentality. He was the guy you wanted on your side of the ball, and he would put up just epic numbers and not cause shit. The last 3 years have been head scratchers. The last 3 years, I've questioned, why is this man still in the league? The shit that he pulled with the Raiders and the shit he had unfold when it was with the Pats made me say this man does not deserve to play another down in the NFL. And the fact that this motherfucker has a motherfucking ring is a big F you to Steelers fans, to the Oakland Raiders, and to the New England Patriots.
The crybaby got exactly what he wanted. He got exactly what he wanted, and that
this man should go fuck himself with a big bag of fucking dicks. Fuck this man. This man should not have played. This man shouldn't even have a touchdown. This man shouldn't have stats. This man should have a fucking ring. Either way, you were losing out because it was either him or Le'Veon Bell. But at least Le'Veon, I could understand. He held out because he wanted money. Antonio Brown was a fucking clown and a fucking dumbass retard. He should not have played another fucking down in the game, and he has a fucking ring because he was a sub-pity little bitch. Fuck that man. Get the fuck out of there.
I said at one point in time, that if Antonio Brown, with all the shit that was going on, if this guy seriously had mental issues, all I said was that I hope he gets better. I hope he legitimately seeks help. Apparently, he did. And guess what? We're paying for it now because now he has a ring. But let me tell you,
I'm salty as fuck just on that.
let me tell you what the two things. I have actually technically three things that make me salty. Okay, thing one, Gronk has another ring. Now I am indifferent to Brady. I acknowledge Brady's greatness, but Gronk to me is a person just like no. I don't get why everyone latches onto him.
Gronk is the equivalent of Biff. You just wonder, like, his intelligence level. You just wonder, like, he's only good with sports. You just wonder if he was doing anything
he had a
else.
He had a show some time ago that had Serena Williams on, and for a life of me, I watched the show. I'm like, what's supposed to make this show so good? The fact that it's him and Serena playing sports games with celebrities and answering trivia? That's not fun. That's not good TV.
I'm just salty for the fact that he has another.
So now he has another ring with Brady. I'm like, well, now we gotta hear people talk about Gronk's greatness. And to those people, I'm sorry, I don't see it. All right, here's the second thing that's made me salty, and I've made this complaint in other sports before. I know how we love greatest players of all time. We love GOATs. But after a certain point, it gets fucking old. You think I enjoyed seeing LeBron go to 9+ NBA finals? You think I enjoyed that? Well, I really did enjoy when he beat the Bulls when he was in the East. But, oh my God, after a certain point, I just stopped caring. Because
I'm going to say this, we are one Super Bowl away from where the NFL is lacking parity regarding Brady's constant reappearances in the Super Bowl.
That's
one
easy.
Super Bowl away. I will say because he missed out in 2019.
Well, there's an easy fix to that. You know it's a stupid fix, but historically it can happen. Let's get a team with a subpar quarterback to go on a miracle run, or get a team that had a great quarterback get hurt and then have to go to the backup. That's the only way Brady's going to lose.
So you're saying like what the Eagles did back
Yes,
in
we need something like the Eagles, or we need the Bears to maybe get their shit together and make a run at it.
See, here is my case.
Okay.
We are going to see the Chiefs back in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing. Patrick Mahomes is going to be back. He's going to get 2 or 3 more. But let me get back to it gets fucking old seeing Brady in Super Bowl. That's why the years when he wasn't there were some of the most enjoyable games to me. Because I know at the end of the day, we're going to have a new guy on top of the NFL that's not the same guy we've been seeing for years. When Golden State beat LeBron back in 2015, that was one of the best moments in the NBA for me. Because I thought, thank God I don't have to see this guy stand on top of the mountain or be in the finals again. Because there's a team out west there's teams that could come out and beat him. But guess what? We had to see the Golden State and LeBron rematch how many times?
Quite a bit.
But the problem is, LeBron was still in the finals every year since then.
We had the 1 year hiatus.
We had that 1 year. We had that 1 year, 2019. That was a phenomenal.
Beautiful.
That was so beautiful.
Celebrating with you was one of the last few great memories I have before this fucking goddamn pandemic ruined everything. Honestly, one of the last great things I could really remember in the before times.
Yeah. And
someone's got to write a book about that. Like, what was like before Corona?
And you know what? Like even though only because I will freely acknowledge this, and it does pain me to say this because my inner hypocrite is coming out. It really pains me to say this. I'm tired of Lewis Hamilton winning championships.
Oh, Jesus.
This guy's won 7.
Here we go.
This guy's won 7. I love the guy to death. I think he's the best damn driver in the whole country. But I want to see Bottas win a championship. I want to see Bottas pull Rosberg and steal the title from his teammate. I want to see Verstappen come up and just say, "Hey, Red Bull's here. Let's fight." But it looks like that. But no, that didn't happen.
Look, we wanted the same thing with Mahomes, but then the argument would have been, oh, back to back, and now you have a new dynasty.
But yeah, it's new. We're going to get tired of it, but the point is, it's new now.
If anyone thinks Mahomes is done after the Super Bowl loss, yeah, it's going to be draining. And yes, he's getting injury, and he's getting surgery on his turf toe, but he'll be back.
It's like a moment of humility, where it's like, yeah, I was at the top and I got the shit kicked out of me, but this is only going to make me stronger. I'm going to come back.
It's a realization for everyone that Patrick Mahomes is not God. Because the ways he's been playing the last
I would
years,
say that. I wouldn't say that.
Lights out.
I would not say that, because now you're going to get people saying that Patrick Mahomes
Outside
is not God,
of a
but Tom Brady is.
controversial call against Tom Brady the first time around a couple of years ago, outside of that one instance, we did not call his play a godlike. The numbers he puts up, the teams he's surrounded by, his head coach turning around his legacy. This man, this is his worst loss. This is going back college and then high school. He's finally been brought down back to earth after this.
It's a reminder that
high.
It's a reminder that this is the NFL. You're gonna have to deal with some shit. You're gonna get some tough losses. You're gonna get some tough breaks. But you know what? You come back. You learn, and maybe, just maybe, you'll get 8 rings.
In no way, shape, or form was I upset with Patty Mahomes.
No, I'm not upset, because that's the one thing that made me not care about the game anymore, because I thought Patrick Mahomes will be back. He'll be back in the near future. He's going to get another one. He'll get multiple chances.
There are factors, however, we have to talk about. Andy Reid's son's incident on Thursday.
On a side note, the barber incident, that was just a freak accident. Sad to happen to Chiefs, but thankfully no one got sick. But as for Andy Reid's son, 3 words, and I think you know what those 3 words are.
I'm gonna let you say it because I feel like I'm getting a lot of flack for what I'm gonna say.
All right, 3 words. 3 words that I don't say. Well, I actually do kind of say them often. I don't know how many times I say them.
Just put it there.
Fuck. What's the guy's name?
Britt
Reid. Go fuck yourself.
That was exactly what I was gonna say.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Leave the team. Like, again,
as of right now, he's on an administrative leave.
Again, this is like Antonio Brown. If you have a genuine problem, go seek help. Go get help. Go rehab. And that
especially with the prior incidents.
And once you're clean and fully healthy, we'll welcome you back. But if you're gonna pretend right here, you're gonna sit right here and try to pretend
he was a distraction. He was a distraction on Reid.
If you're going to pretend that none of this, everything you did with that crash had no bearing on this game, you're a fucking idiot. You can't tell me shit like this happens to the coach's son, who's on the team, mind you, and that doesn't affect players.
And I know this happened.
I'm sorry.
The fact that this happened before they even went down. Kansas City was not allowed to travel until the day before the Super Bowl. And this happened the day before they were supposed to leave.
That's something where that's something I gotta blame the NFL for, but that's another conversation. But my thing is
off the field issues definitely hurt them.
Off the field, because we say these guys are pros, they're supposed to block it out. But guess what? These pros are also human beings. It's like let's say I'm gonna go into a boxing fight, and they just tell me my brother's in a car accident, and I have a month to train for his fight. You don't think that's still gonna be on my head the whole time that my bro is sitting in the hospital? I'm sitting here ready to fight, and you don't think it goes through these players' head? This guy was in a crash that potentially could have killed a kid, could have killed 2 kids. You're telling me that's not going through their minds at some point? That's not going to affect them?
It's pretty messed up that it happened right before the Super Bowl.
Yes, and again, the fact that they weren't allowed to travel until the days before the Super Bowl, that's something that the NFL,
lack of preparation and the off-field distractions definitely hurt them.
Yeah,
I think they played a significant role.
Yeah, they played. Like, I would say the NFL, I think, dropped the ball on that. I'm not going to cuss them out because I understand with the pandemic and all, but with the given circumstances, come on.
The fact
you're telling me they couldn't go into their own little micro bubble somewhere in Florida to practice for this game?
I thought that was a bit garbage that they wouldn't let them travel until the day before the Super Bowl, because that definitely put them at a significant disadvantage.
And that, Butch, leads to the one thing I want to capitalize this podcast was to punctuate, to put the emphasis on this podcast. The sad thing about this game is that all the things we talked about, all we did is just generate excuses to take away from the fact of what happened at this game. And the sad thing is, with all these events going on, how can you not generate excuses?
True.
How can you not say, oh, this happened, this affected the game? How can I say, oh, the refs helped Tom Brady? How can you say, oh, the Chiefs weren't prepared? How can you not say that? We're in the Raymond James Stadium, we're in Tampa Bay home. How can you not say that did not play a factor? It may not. Let's say in a hypothetical situation, it may.
You have to be pretty
not
selfish to say that. You have to be pretty selfish to say all these players are paid. Shut up. They're just athletes. Why do you care? Because the Super Bowl means a lot to America. And the Super Bowl is one of the few days that we all gather for a common purpose, and that's to watch football and stupid commercials.
I actually have something to say. Those people say, "Why you care about it?" Well, the fact is that you're getting mad that I care about this means you care to a degree. To a degree, you're mad that I care about this game means you care about it.
Get out here with your selfish, stupid ass there, homeboy.
Check yourself.
Check yourself.
Don't try to play the high. Don't say you have the high ground. You do not have the high ground.
Now that we've given,
oh god, I need to.
Now that we have dumped the salt, we have to talk about a couple things. First off, the overall atmosphere. Can we talk about the streaker? Can we talk about what the hell that was? And do you know what I'm talking about?
Okay, answer me this, Butch. Was there an actual prop bet for the streaker to show up in a game?
I feel like was
there an actual bet? I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna look and see if there's some sportsbook out there that had a streaker would show up as a bet.
I did look it up. The guy's name was Yuri Andrzej, and he was apparently played by a YouTube star who's promoting his X-rated website, Vitality Uncensored.
Okay.
This happened late into the fourth. I really wish the cameras had stayed on.
Wait.
Because I knew it was a streaker.
Who's the YouTube star that apparently put him up to this?
Vitality Zorzavetsky. He's basically a male porn star, from what I've heard.
I don't know where to tell this guy to get fucked because he probably might end up liking that, or to tell him to screw off because, again, he might end up liking that, or to, let's go talk to this guy, but then I'm pretty sure other things might happen.
I would rather not, because my thing was this was an here's where I'm going to get a little. I'm not going to say political, but I'm just going to talk in terms of common sense. This was during the middle of a pandemic. You were even lucky you had fans in attendance. And it destroyed the integrity because they're just thinking, what the fuck is this idiot thinking? And by the way, there was a prop bet. Cellar claims he won $375,000 on a streaking prop bet.
Okay. That's another thing. That's another thing. Let me talk about the main thing. Let me talk about streaking in general. It's dumb, people. Streaking is stupid. That's why there's highlights. There's highlight videos of YouTube of streakers literally getting their skulls caved in off a suplex. I'm like, yes, thank you. That's what. And to answer your pandemic, this was especially a stupid thing to do with the pandemic. But
you were even lucky to have fans at the Super Bowl.
You were at Super Bowl. You're at something that, given the current situations, many people would kill to be in your position to be. And you think, oh, I'm gonna go streak through this. I'm gonna go promote male porn stars blog. X-ray website or whatever the fuck he has. I'm gonna go streaking a thing, dude. It's one of those times where I wish I still worked, where I wish I was a security guard, or at least I could have been a security guard. I turned down that job.
I would have been one. Would have loved to.
Okay, if you would be,
body slammed him.
Like,
and it's honestly just the perfect perception of Florida man.
Hypothetical question.
This is only something
it's Florida man. It's Florida man. But here's a hypothetical question. If you were a player, if you were an NFL player, and you see a streaker, and you thought, I'm going to go spear the shit out of this guy.
I would.
You would spear the shit out of him.
I don't care if I see man genitals. It's my chance of a free hit on someone.
Okay. I am not endorsing violence, people, but one of the things I thought would be funny is I see a streaker, I have a helmet. I'm going to chuck my helmet at this guy.
I wouldn't say chuck his helmet, just go full on while he's looking the other way, just slam into him, give him a concussion, knock his head back, rattle his teeth, fuck him up.
Like, I hate to bring this guy up, but have you ever seen Brock Lesnar suplexes? I was going to say the other guy, but I don't know if I can legally say it. You know what? Screw it, I'll say it. Have you ever seen Chris Benoit suplexes?
No.
Let's just say, even from a pro wrestling standpoint, I watch it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that would fuck up a regular guy.
I'm just saying, even if you get a clean tackle on him,
like
you go after him, you put a stop to the shit show.
Like that one guy that suplexed the Lions. Shit, I can still remember play, but I can't think of his name. Yeah, do that.
Oh, like Derrick Henry, just like throw him down.
Yeah, that's the guy. I think. It's
Overall,
I love how this is now degraded to us finding ways to
hurt a streaker,
potentially paralyze them.
I wouldn't mind police brutality. Okay, I know you're not gonna like this word, but police brutality. If you hit him with batons, get a taser up his ass.
No, okay. Whoa. The taser, maybe not. But I would say, let's say if you had a streaker and you take him down, and he's still trying to clean. If you throw a few punches, no one's gonna care.
Oh, I wouldn't. If you're gonna make it a big deal, then go fuck yourself. This is the Super Bowl. If we had streakers like this more often, you would have people complain about like streaker lives matter and shit like that.
I guarantee
we have to protect streakers.
I'm not going down this road. Not tonight.
Let's move on to the atmosphere. Were you surprised they were allowed to have 25,000 fans? I thought the cardboard cutouts were also pretty cool. That made the stadium look full. The only thing I may argue against, and I'm a Republican, I can't believe there's 200,000 people on the streets of Tampa after the Super Bowl.
Well,
Ybor City, which is their most popular trendy spot, was packed full of people, most people not wearing masks. The Super Bowl went off without a hitch, but the after party was definitely Bourbon Street wild.
Well, it's Super Bowl.
You knew people were going to
Super Bowl.
gather.
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen.
We'll see what happens.
Because number one rule.
This is like a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
This is coffee's number one rule of just dealing with the general world. And rule one, people are fucking dumb. People will do dumb shit because we have the opportunity to do dumb shit. That idea alone is how we got Jackass. Let's remember Jackass for a moment.
It also added to the fact that this was a quote-unquote home win by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They were able to celebrate this in the backyard of the Super Bowl city itself, which is why the scene was even more chaotic. Like I said, Florida is one of the few states that really hasn't put up many restrictions with Corona and whatnot. They're one of the few states that really have stayed open since the shit hit the fan in March. And you could argue that 200,000 people on the streets of Tampa after the Super Bowl is kind of dumb. You could argue like this is going to be a potential super spreader. But then you're going to have the arguments of, this thing's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We're never going to have anything like this again. And then you're going to have some people are just saying, so what? Corona's been here for a year. We have the vaccine. Deal with it. There's
some of those people. Some of those people need to be smacked with a baseball bat, but you ain't hear from me.
The thing I'll say is, if you want to celebrate, that's one thing. I would not have gathered in Ybor City. I would have gone Bowden. That's what I would have done.
Like, there's certain levels to where I think, okay.
My mom and dad were in Florida, but they gathered at a small party. It was like a party of five.
That's what I was going to say. That was what I was going to say.
It was over 100 miles away from Tampa.
That's the one thing I was going to say is that small Super Bowl parties, like parties at people's houses, that was going to happen anyway. There was no way you could stop that. But
hell no.
That's one of the things where I thought.
It's like Christmas and Thanksgiving. You're telling people not to gather. People are still going to gather.
People are still going to gather. But you gather within the safety of your own home. To go out in the street with all those people is different.
It's kind of dumb. But overall,
because
getting back to
at least if you're going to someone's house for like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Super Bowl, you're with people you trust that are doing safe.
people you've been around.
I wouldn't trust any of those fuckers in Florida. outside your folks. Your folks are very nice folks, by the way.
I was there very recently, and I was surprised by their response.
All right.
It was well done, well maintained.
All right. So
overall,
another thing before we go. Wait, you have one more thing to say?
No, go ahead.
It's not one more thing before we wrap this up. That it's not Super Bowl without the one thing people literally sit down for and watch at their boob tube. It's not Super Bowl without commercials. So, favorite commercial and shittiest commercial.
Shittiest commercial, no questions about it. Robin Hood.
I think we're the same.
What great timing after the whole Wall Street bets incident with GameStop. What a way to say fuck you to everyone. You literally stopped day trading because you were about to lose billions. And then you have the audacity to come out and say anyone can be an investor. What kind of bullshit message is that supposed to send? By all means, it was dumb as hell. Right. The other one, and I don't think a lot of people are going to agree with this. Uber Eats had a lot of celebrities gather.
I have certain things about the Uber Eats ones. There was one in particular I thought it was good until she showed up.
Which one was that?
You had Michael Myers and Dana Carvey doing Wayne's World. And then Cardi B shows up.
Yep.
And I thought, this was good. And then Cardi B showed up, like, now it's shit.
Here's what
you had something and you ruined it. You ruined it so
I'm going
badly.
I'm going more for the message of they try to say support small businesses. You are literally killing small businesses by taking away 30 to 40% of their profits. That is a blatant missed message. And you are so out of touch with what you were trying to say. You know, restaurants are dying in this pandemic, and you have the audacity to say, continue to support them, but oh, hey, we're going to just dip our heads real fast and take away a little bit off the top. To me, that was a really distasteful message. The Robin Hood thing was obviously because of the Wall Street thing, but the Uber thing, you pay all this money to get all these famous celebrities, and you have the audacity to say support small businesses. Go fuck yourselves.
Remind me for a second. There was a commercial, I don't remember who did it, but it was a commercial where everyone was sharing beer and everyone was chilling, sharing beer.
Oh God. Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Was that the Bud Light commercial or
I think that was the Bud Light one where that one was all the time too.
I actually did kind of enjoy that one because it reminded me of the times like, okay, it's all my friends. We're all here. We're all chilling. We're all drinking. We're all toasting to the
Anheuser-Busch. It was Anheuser-Busch. That was it.
Okay, yeah. It was all the buds chilling. We were just everyone chilling. I thought this is the one thing that I really do miss. This pandemic has ruined for me is that we can't get together. It's not okay. Let me rephrase that. It wasn't just the pandemic. It was just shit in general. I miss these interactions. I miss being able to sit down and chill with buddies and drink beers and all that.
The one thing I was expecting out of the Super Bowl, and I do miss drinking my buddies and whatnot, that I cannot overstate. I was expecting a lot of political ads. Jeep was the only notable one that came out with something that was appropriately titled The Middle with Bruce Springsteen.
That commercial was terrible.
It was shot very late. The only reason I'm kind of biased towards it is because it's Jeep and it deals with the big three, which is Michigan based. I thought it should not have aired during the Super Bowl. As kind of touching as that ad was supposed to mean or represent, you gotta get political ads the fuck out of there. I was so disenfranchised with the whole 2017 shit with like the border wall and whatnot. And then you have like the one Super Bowl or commercial that makes a statement, and I just think it missed.
All right, what was the weirdest? Okay, for the first time in Cellar County in Five Heart Sports, we are going to award the Puppy Monkey Baby Award for the weirdest commercial.
Oh,
What was
how
the
about
weirdest commercial?
Amazon? How about the Amazon commercial where she was sexualizing Michael B. Jordan as Alexa? The bathtub thing made me cringe. And then seeing our coworkers like, oh my god, I literally thought she was going to mid-orgasm in front of that window. I mean, I was freaked out by that commercial. Because if I had something like that, I would have immediately called an HR meeting. Because I literally would have been like, this girl it literally just came in front of me. Like, holy shit.
Okay. This one doesn't deserve the award, but it's one I thought was kind of weird and cool at the same time because it kind of was both a commercial and something they actually did in stadium. But Vince Lombardi walking down the street, giving his speech, and then suddenly showing
cool.
up at the stadium, and I thought,
That was neat.
How many people are not going to recognize who that is?
I wouldn't say that. It was probably how much planning and coordination had to come forward to even get that done.
That was my first thought, is that to anyone who's watched this, who's going to recognize who that is? And my second thought is, that was actually kind of nice that you kind of made everything come together and then finish it right at the stadium. My only thing is that maybe you should have done that at the beginning of the game.
I feel like it was just the opportunity to really reflect because we're a couple of years off the 100-year anniversary. Last year was the 100th year of the beginning in the NFL. It was perfectly choreographed. And Vince Lombardi, I would say, is definitely one of the few figures from the older times that's definitely memorable and recognized. And I thought that was a pretty cool way to honor him.
The second thing I thought of when I watched that is that who else just felt inspired to go out and play football right now? Who else want to just go out and just go?
Maybe not right now with all the snow on the ground, but I'm definitely gonna
who's ready to go play some football? And the third thing I thought is that why don't NFL coaches wear that anymore?
For many reasons.
For many reasons, but still though. That's iconic. That's an iconic.
Can we get to the favorites? I think Bud Light went all out on the quote unquote Marvel Super Bowl commercial. That was pretty funny. It had Post Malone. Finally the death of the Bud Knights. He is finally dead.
Yeah. That was
long overdue.
I would say it was long overdue. It was just more the fact that, wow, I guess they finally... When I saw a commercial first, I thought, wow, all the legendary Bud Light commercial characters coming together, just like in Endgame. And they all helped. And then Bud Light died, and I thought, well, there's a bit of black comedy right there.
Well, they did have the whole Game of Thrones ad last year with him, but I thought it was kind of one of those funny, like you weren't expecting it tropes at the ends. It was kind of like what happened with Mr. Peanut last year, but the Bud Light deserved it. I mean, it was long overdue. It's been a staple of commercialism in terms of personifying it, and I thought his death was perfectly timed with the Super Bowl ad.
There's another commercial I want to talk about. Indeed had a commercial.
Hey man, the one. Oh,
Indeed's commercial.
What? I think I saw that one. Maybe not. No, I definitely did not see that one.
It was a commercial where Indeed was basically saying that we're here to help find new job seekers find jobs. We're here to find return job seekers. We're here to help you find jobs. But given my experience...
Wait a minute, yes, yeah, I did see it. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. The only thing I have to say to this is that this was one of those commercials that almost was like the infamous Arms of an Angel commercial.
Oh, God.
It almost felt like that level, like, you're trying to make me sad now. I don't know why, but this commercial is trying to make me sad. Because it makes me realize there's still millions of people who lost their jobs in this pandemic.
It's really hard. It's hard to say that.
We're here to help. We're here to help you find jobs. Please.
To think it's almost been a year.
Just log on to our website, create an account, and we'll help you
find jobs. To think it's been almost a year since
everything hit the fan. All these people who do not have jobs. You can help.
I know a lot of people haven't worked since March, and I know.
I feel like I shouldn't be making jokes about that, but yeah.
I'm very fortunate right now with the fact I'm working.
Same.
I mean, you switched careers, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
I mean, we both. I
would say switch careers. It's just more. This was the one thing that they need people to do now, and I thought, well, it beats my old job, so
you're able to jump in, thankfully, and it's stuck. I want to mention this, Ed, before we get to the one everyone's been talking about. What do you think about the Dexcom, the glucose monitoring product with Nick Jonas? Everyone's calling it out because they think it's a fuck you to the fact that insulin is not affordable.
Well, I know. I didn't see the whole commercial. I wasn't paid. I just saw people were talking about Nick Jonas, and I thought, wait, what is he doing? I didn't even pay attention to that commercial.
It's basically supposed to be you're supposed to be able to wear something and your phone tracks and it tells your glucose. It monitors your glucose in your system. So instead of having to prick your fingers. But everyone was complaining about, hey, why not make insulin more affordable? You know? I thought I understood where that was coming from. But hey, if this is a way instead of pricking fingers, I think it's a pretty cool and unique commercial to air or showing a new innovative product during the Super Bowl, in which millions of people are going to watch.
The one with the core-sized Cowboys, that was pretty hilarious. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh my God. All right, I think we have to talk about the one everyone's talking about, and this is only available in certain markets. You missed it, apparently, but Reddit had a 5-second Super Bowl commercial, and this has all had to do with the whole Wall Street last month. I mean, just holy smokes. It has gotten so much attention and so much love, and it has been considered one of the greatest Rick rolls of all time. I mean, it was a pretty legit thing that Reddit, of all companies, had a tiny cameo that only lasted 5 seconds, and the whole world, the whole Reddit community is blowing up because of it. Here's the Reddit, dude, because they've come a long motherfucking way.
Here's to Reddit.
All right, now we have to get to
I do have another commercial I want to throw on that I thought. I thought it wasn't. It was similar to the Robin Hood one when you consider their reputation, but Chipotle had a commercial. They actually had a question: can a burrito change the world? And I thought, yeah, a burrito can change the world. It could give the rest of the world salmonella poisoning year after year after year. So you're technically right.
It doesn't change the world when it gives you diarrhea.
Yeah, it does change the world because now we found a new way to get diarrhea.
Our hometown just got a Chipotle, and my friend is freaking the fuck out because of it. I'm like, oh, good. You'll have another excuse to get diarrhea.
We've been running for an hour, folks. This is what
Congratulations.
This is what running for an hour does to us. We are literally on the weirdest tangent right now.
Overall, last thing I will say before we end this, what would you give the Super Bowl in terms of a grade? Everything. The game, the atmosphere, the commercials, the halftime show, everything.
7, which is average for me.
I'm going to give it about a 6 or 7. The game obviously deserved at least maybe a 4 or a 5. The hype definitely puts it up there, but the game itself definitely deterred away.
I was not disappointed at the halftime show, so that's one of the few pluses.
The Super Bowl halftime show was better than the ones we've had the past 4 or 5 years, so that definitely raised.
I will argue with you on the Lady Gaga and the Shakira and J-Lo one. I will argue with you.
Jumping off the top of the NRG Stadium may not get all the hype points that the weekend did, but the weekend was definitely.
Can we just agree to one thing? That outside of 2 halftime shows The Weeknd is a success. Outside of 2 halftime shows, his show was a success.
I would say it was definitely a success. Super Bowl commercials were maybe a little less than memorable, especially with Corona, but I think the Reddit one definitely comes out.
How
as
did
one
I
of
not
all-time
talk about
greatest
this one
commercials.
commercial? The State Farm one. How did I miss that one?
Oh my God, with Drake.
Yeah. How did I miss that one?
I really wish
That was
Drake
a
would have
fucking
character.
That was a
punched
fucking
Jake.
good commercial because I thought, okay, it's a State Farm commercial. Dude, they got Drake. I'm like, oh shit, they got Drake.
But then they did Drake dirty, dude. You don't do Drake dirty like that.
That's what made the commercial better. Because in a commercial,
Hey, he is not your stereotypical rapper. He is a Canadian icon.
watch him make a diss track about State Farm now.
He should. He honestly should. He should just have a line that says "Fuck Drake, fuck Jake from State Farm."
No, that's
All right,
gonna be
folks,
his title of his next diss track is just gonna be called Jake.
Jake. Oh my God, folks! This has been Cellar County.
And he's gonna get Chris Paul to drop a verse on there too. We will see you guys tomorrow for our regular podcast. Where, oh, by the way, new official rule: we're not gonna talk about football anymore.
Amen.
We don't have to talk about football. We get to move to other sports like basketball, like hockey, like soccer, or football if you prefer.
Yeah, get ready for an exciting 15-minute podcast where we randomly shoot over ideas that ain't football.
No, watch. It's gonna be normally our podcasts are just 30 minutes. It's like we start 100% staying on track, and then we slowly drift that by the 30-minute point. We're not even on topic anymore. We're just talking about random shit because we're right. It's only gonna take 10 minutes now.
We're not professionals.
We're not professionals. Again, we just spit the bullshit that's off our heads. And if you like it, if you like listening to us spit bullshit because you want to spit bullshit, then listen to spit bullshit. If not, well,
you know where to subscribe.
To those that like listening to bullshit, please subscribe to this. To those that don't, well, at least tell your friends. Anyway, we'll feed off their hate. We embrace the hate here.
We are Cellar County, and we just salted the motherfucking roads. Take it easy.
We are Cellar County. That was the NFL season. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go get some Everclear and go jump through some tables. See you next year.
Amen to that.